With the moral mudslide in Hawaii and the coming out of Ellen, Hollywood and the homosexual community have punched a hole in the dam, and the flood that may follow is anyone's guess. Lee Webb is at the CBN News Desk with details. Lee, what's the story?
We're dealing with both of those stories. First, the Hawaii legislature has voted to place a constitutional amendment on the ballot that would formally ban same-sex marriage. Although homosexuals in Hawaii still can't get married, they may soon get almost all the benefits of marriage. In what's viewed as a compromise with gay rights supporters, the legislature granted same-sex partners inheritance rights, insurance and pension benefits, and the right to sue for wrongful death. If Governor Ben Cayetano signs the bill, it will take effect July 1st. And while homosexual activists chalk up a partial victory in Hawaii, they appear to have bagged bigger game in Hollywood. After months of advanced publicity, Ellen DeGeneres will become the first star of a TV series to play a lead character who is homosexual. CBN News reporter David Snyder says Ellen's announcement is only part of a primetime television onslaught.
I guess the best way to do something like this is just say it.
Ellen DeGeneres and her TV namesake are doing more than just saying it. Conservatives argue the Ellen announcement is part of a coordinated effort to force America to accept the homosexual lifestyle.
I think it's a clear effort on their part to normalize this, to make this seem like it's middle America mainstream, and trying to get the middle American audience to watch this.
Mark Honig of the Parents Television Council claims the Ellen controversy is just part of a bigger picture.
In many cases, what Hollywood creates is for Hollywood. This is what Hollywood wants to see. Obviously, people in Hollywood want to see openly gay characters on TV. I mean, there are a lot of gay writers in Hollywood.
But homosexuals say it's a matter of mainstreaming.
The important point here is that gay people are part of the American family. And the American family is represented on television. And it's just natural that there would be a character who is gay.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
You never know just what you're going to find on network television anymore.
So, Michael, when did you come out?
There are 28 homosexual characters on TV these days, and they aren't hiding in the closet.
Luis, I'm gay. We lived together. He left me. I took him back. He left me again. I'm dating a guy.
David Smith of the Human Rights Campaign expects Americans will come to accept homosexual characters like Ellen without question.
What we ask for is to be treated fairly in society, and that there be an even playing field, and that we not be discriminated against based on our sexual orientation.
And from pop culture to politics, education to mental health, there's an all-out war to win the hearts and minds of Americans. This homosexual rights media guide states the obvious intention. As the broader population becomes more familiar with us, they will come to appreciate and respect us.
It's absolutely amazing how 3% of the population of America yields such an enormous amount of power.
Anthony Falzerano came out of the homosexual lifestyle and now leads a ministry to help others do the same. He believes that while today's focus is on the media, the homosexual agenda will ultimately target the church.
The civil government recognizes that homosexuality is okay. The American Psychiatric Association recognizes that there is no neurosis in being homosexual. Therefore, if you do not accept me as a gay member of your church or employ me in the administration of your church, then we're going to sue you.
For ABC, Ellen's outing is strictly business. Ellen hasn't cracked the top 20 list of primetime programs in weeks, but that's about to change.
In Ellen, the episode.
This is the beginning of what is known as the May television sweeps, which determine the popularity of shows like Ellen and the fate of networks like ABC. But standing in the corporate shadows, hoping to reap the rewards of the Ellen hoopla, is ABC's parent company, Disney.
And here's Disney, the beacon of family entertainment, putting this type of show on. If this is what they consider family entertainment, we don't want it anymore.
And neither do many corporate advertisers. Wendy's, Chrysler, and Johnson & Johnson are just 3 of many sponsors to have pulled their ads from the show for now. They're waiting to see, just like the rest of us, whether or not the door to Ellen's closet isn't really a door opening a cultural Pandora's box. David Snyder, CBN News.
Now, at least one ABC affiliate, WBMA in Birmingham, Alabama, has decided not to air tonight's controversial episode of Ellen. Network officials say they will wait for the ratings to come in before deciding whether to renew Ellen for next season. By the way, the Disney-owned network is having big problems with their overall ratings. ABC shows have slipped from second to third place with a 14% drop in audience since last spring. Joining us now from Washington is Brent Bozell, chairman of the Media Research Center. Bozell has been a watchdog and critic of the television industry for many years. And Brent, once again, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
As you know, ratings are a part of everything in this business, and let's talk about that. What does it have to do with tonight's Ellen episode? You heard David Snyder tell us that Ellen has not cracked the top 20 in weeks. Is it ratings generated here?
Well, for ABC and Disney, it's probably 75% ratings. I don't know of a show in history that has been as hyped as Ellen has been. They better get a good turnout tonight. I mean, this show has been hyped for over a year. Is she, isn't she, will she, won't she, that type of thing. So it's going to be a good turnout. Now, why are they doing this? Because Ellen's numbers were in the tank. Ellen was going to be canceled, and I bet you my bottom dollar Ellen will be canceled, even though she'll get a nice little bump tonight. But look at what these surveys show. The American people were surveyed by TV Guide magazine. People who watched this show were asked about it. 61% said they wouldn't watch it if they put on this show tonight. Now, since when does Hollywood put a program on television where 61% of its audience said won't watch it if it doesn't? I mean, this is antithetical to simple marketing techniques. That's why I said it's only 75%, because the other 25% is the militant gay movement in Hollywood demanding that this show be put on the air.
Brent, in your mind, who are network officials and the producers of this show trying to target in their effort to normalize the homosexual lifestyle?
Well, it's the American family that the gay writers are trying to target. There was a big piece in LA Magazine, I believe it was, last summer, that really described this beautifully, because it talked about the plethora of gay writers that are on television sitcoms today. They are on virtually every single television sitcom today, and these writers themselves openly brag about the way that they are trying to advance their agenda. And to tell you just how awful it is, gay comedy writers are being hired to write non-gay sitcom scripts. Why? Because they're so racy and so avant-garde and so arrogant and obnoxious and racy and that type of thing. They can write the kind of shows that Hollywood wants to put on television today.
Well, how do you think they'll try to push the envelope next?
Good God, I don't know. Every time they do something, I say, well, that's it. They just can't go any further. And then they do. What is next? Well, the next thing you're going to have on television is full nudity. It's starting to appear already on primetime television, which is why the ratings in the V-chip were a bad idea, because it's going to backfire. You're now going to have that type of stuff protected. So when you have that kind of open sexual mores, then you're also going to have open homosexual sex.
Well, you've been obviously monitoring how the media have covered this controversy. What's your analysis of that?
You know, you've got the Tom Shales of the Washington Post who jump up and down and hooray, hooray. Tom Shales likes this type of stuff. You've got so many in the media saying that this is, you know, it's a milestone type of thing. It is typical of the press, with the exception of publications like TV Guide, to overlook the fact that every survey shows that the vast majority of the American people, unfortunately, the silent majority, is against this.
Brent, are you going to watch the program tonight?
Look, as I told somebody here, I don't need to lift the lid of a sewer to know what's inside.
Brent Bozell, chairman of the Media Research Center, as always, thank you for being with us. Thank you. Pat and Terry, back over to you.
Thank you very much. You know, Terry, they talk about fairness. There are 50 million evangelicals in America, and there are probably, well, at least 40 million pro-family Roman Catholics. That's 90 million people. You don't find any shows that really portray the evangelical lifestyle in any sort of a respectful manner at all. You always find the guy that's got the Bible is the crook, the con artist, you know, the hustler. Always, always. And you have parodies and everything else. But here you've got 1% of the population, max, is lesbian, 2% max is homosexual. So you've got 97% of the American people that don't buy into this thing, and yet they are saying they want equal treatment, and you have show after show after show after show with these so-called gay characters. You don't find that percentage in the general population.
Well, you know, as you and I were talking, as we were listening to what was going on in the interview about what's available on some of the cable systems today, it's shocking. But what's really shocking to me as a parent about this is that Disney is behind. You know, that used to be sort of the stalwart place you could take your kids to let them watch something that was family-oriented, and I think that's really disturbing and distressing.